In this video, I want to show you how the people around you affect how much money you make. They affect your health. They affect your relationships and your happiness. And I'm gonna show you how to get rid of these motherfucking losers so you can start riding with the winners instead of laying with the losers. And this is more important than you think. For example, this is a study that shows that if one of your friends gets fucking fat, you have a 45% chance of gaining weight and getting fat. But here's the thing. The study also shows that if a friend of your friend gets fat, then you have a 20% chance of getting fat, even if you don't know that motherfucker. And here's a study right here. You can search it, and it's the New England Journal of Medicine. I ain't got to tell y'all about the New England Journal of Medicine. I know that you guys are all subscribers, frequent readers, so you probably already read this study, but you can go ahead, Google search it and check it out. But the study also went on to say that even if a friend of a friend of a friend gets fat, you got a 10% higher likelihood of getting fat. Motherfuckers you don't even know. Motherfuckers you don't even know that you don't even know get fat. You got a higher chance of getting fat. And you know, in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can get around better people so they stop making you fat, ugly, and poor. Here's another study that shows that if your spouse participates in some sort of weight loss treatment and they lose weight, you'll lose weight even if you're not doing the shit they doing. And the whole study's line is laid out here. It's called the weight management ripple effect, man. You can fucking Google this shit, screenshot. I'm not gonna read it to you. You know what I'm saying? You can just read this shit on your own time, nerd. I just got to show it to you because y'all don't believe me unless there's some proof. And here's another study that kind of backs that up. So basically, here's the abstract. It's another study. This was done by some other motherfuckers, right? But weight loss treatments influence untreated spouses in a home environment. So even if your fucking wife, she starts watching Brandon Carter's videos and she goes on keto, she starts losing fat, your fat ass may lose some weight, but it will work in reverse as well, is what the studies show. And that's just some of the health data, but it also goes with like smoking. Like if one of your friends or some of your homies quit smoking, then you are more likely to quit smoking or start smoking. You become like the people you're around involuntarily. There's a reason that, you know, people from different regions have similar dialect and similar accents. It's involuntary. They weren't born like that. It's not part of the DNA. You become like the people you're around, but it's deeper than we might have even thought previously. Now I'm gonna show you how to stop being around these motherfuckers fucking your shit up in a minute, but we need to talk about why. Now let's talk about money. What I'm about to show you is kind of intense. There's a study that shows that people who make rich friends have a better chance of becoming rich. They did, you know, this is a large scale study done a while ago, and it found that people who have rich friends are more likely to become rich than people without rich friends. I mean, that makes a lot of sense when you think about it, right? Because rich friends can help them get jobs or learn skills or have opportunities. You know, your friends are going to get you involved in the shit they're involved with, you know, or you will get involved in the shit your friends involved. That's why, you know, when I grew up in South Side of Chicago, all my friends were in fucking gang members, right? And when I left Chicago, they stayed in Chicago. They wound up getting, you know, leadership positions in local street gangs, where I went to college and learned about business. So I learned, so I do business. They do a different kind of business, or the ones who aren't dead or in jail are doing business. It also found out this is pretty interesting. Having friends close in age or with similar interests was not what was important. What was most important was that these motherfuckers were rich. And here's a study if you want to check it out. I'm not going to read all the shit to you because it's super long and in depth. And in fact, there's two parts of this study, but it's called Social Capital, one, measurements and associations with economic mobility. And that's just fucking part one. If you're really into this shit, then you can read part two of the same study written by the same motherfuckers. Take a screenshot, Google that shit on your own time, but it's actually a fascinating read if you got that kind of time or inclination. So how do you make fucking rich friends? How do you get rid of these poor motherfuckers, broke motherfuckers, fat motherfuckers who are messing up your life? Well, I'm gonna show you that in a minute, but first, You need to really understand how important this is, because even in relationships, there's a study that shows that divorce is contagious. If you have a friend who gets divorced, let's say you're married and one of your friends gets divorced, has to give that girl half his shit, the likelihood of you getting divorced it starts to skyrocket, right? And there's a whole study on it. It's the Pew Research Center. I don't have to tell you guys about that. You already know. Divorce is contagious, and they break it down to it. And then they even cite other studies here. Check it out at your own leisure. So it's super important that you monitor the people you're around. Your friends out here doing fuck shit, loser shit, bitch, nigga shit. That's going to infiltrate your life and fuck your shit up. But the opposite is true as well. And last point on this. Here's a study that shows that if one of your friends is happy with their life, you have a way greater chance of being happy yourself, right? Happiness is contagious. Here's the study. Let me go ahead and accept the cookies. You know what I'm saying? The dynamic spread of happiness in large social networks. And I'm not going to read all this shit to your goofy ass. You ain't going to read it. Let's be real. Just fucking trust me, bro. There's one more. This study explains why emotions are contagious, right? Because there's something called mirror neurons. Right. So when you see someone expressing an emotion, you start to feel it. Right. So that's like when you saw those commercials. What's that? In the arms of an angel, the dying dogs, those dying dog commercials. You get sad watching that shit. Right. Those are mirror neurons. This is why porn is so popular, because when you see a motherfucker feeling that feeling, you actually start to feel it. Emotions are contagious, according to this study. No matter what. Your friends will have an effect on how much money you make, your physical fitness, your fucking relationship, and your fucking happiness. So it stands to reason we need to stop fucking with these losers and roll with the motherfuckers who are out here winning. Because another motherfucker getting fat can make you fat. Your boys getting rich can help you get rich. And we're gonna break down how we can do this shit. 3 things you need to do to get rid of your fucking loser friends. Start riding with the winners. So 1, I call this the crowd out strategy. So people always ask me, man, how do you get rid of your fucking loser friends? Or how do I start fucking with these losers and shit? I've seen some dumbass advice where you got to tell people, hey, if you don't do this, then you can stop fucking with this. Or, like, people tell you to make a fucking declaration or something. You don't have to do that. What I did was I just packed my calendar full of things that help me accomplish my goal. I just spent all my time focused on my goals. Guess what? If you do that, you won't have time for Call of Duty weed smoking sessions with your boys. You know what I'm saying? You won't have time for World of Minecraft circle jerk weed smoking sessions no more, because you're gonna be so focused on your other shit, you're just not gonna have time for loser shit. And you don't have to make a big declaration. You don't have to act crazy or say, hey, I can't fuck with you no more, right? You don't have to do that. It's weird. It's fucking retarded. Just be so focused on your goals that you just don't have time for none of the other bullshit no more. And that'll eliminate the majority of the people who are doing loser shit in your life. Because if all your friends are fat, but you at the gym all the time, you no longer at the dessert rack at Golden Corral stuffing sweets and candies down your face no more like they are. You ain't got time for that, man. You eating clean, getting lean. You won't have time for it. And if you got your broke ass friends, they just sitting around being poor and shit. But you'll be so focused on accomplishing your goals, you just won't have time for it. And this works for almost anything that you want to abstain from. Honestly, like some people say, man, how do I get my diet right, man? And they say, how do I get rid of cravings? Maybe you don't get rid of cravings. Maybe you don't have to. Just eat so much of the good foods, green vegetables, lean meats, or fatty meats if you're on keto like me, right? But you eat so much of the food that's healthy that you won't have enough space in your little tummy for motherfucking candies and cake no more. It's the crowd out system. I think that's a really good strategy. The next step you need to do, and this is part of this is going to come from the crowd out strategy, right? But you have to level up. And when I mean level up, it's like if you want to make friends who are making shit happen, you don't want to be the loser friend in that friend group, right? So you got to level up. You got to improve your skills. People always ask me, man, how do I network with people in higher places. I'm like, no, you got to become better. Because if you just some fucking loser trying to make friends with people who got it popping, all you can really do is extract value from those relationships. But if you level up, then you have something to add to those relationships. And it kind of comes from the crowd out, right? So if we go back to the crowd out system, you should be working on yourself. One thing you got to do is build up your skills. And you might have to spend time building your skills. Like right now, you spending time on the motherfucking Xbox or the PlayStation, building up your fucking joystick skills. But if you like learn something that's like valuable, something, a skill that you can exchange currency from, then guess what? But then that's kind of how you level up. And now when you network, you have something to offer. You have skills to offer. Because maybe you don't have the money right now. Maybe you're not fucking rich and successful right now. But if you're really good at something, then the rich people may have a use case for your skill set. And the most important thing you got to do is improve your attitude. Let me show you what I mean. Because remember, emotions are contagious. I knew a guy. His name was Doug. And I met him through one of my mentors, Elliot Holtz. And as far as I know, Doug didn't have any real skills. Like I've known this motherfucker for 10 years and I don't know anything that he's good at. But it doesn't matter because his attitude was just he was so enthusiastic and he was so positive and optimistic that's how he became friends with my mentor. And my mentor would just have him around. He would bring him around places. Elliot Holtz would just bring Doug around places. And we don't, to this day, it's been a decade. I have no idea what this motherfucker is good at, but I fucking kick it with him. like he hit me up the other day. He's like, yo, I'm in Miami. And he should have hit me up a few days in advance because I plan all my fucking days out in advance. But he said, yo, I'm in Miami. You got anything? What's up, man? Let's link up. I'm like, man, my whole day's planned out. But I would have. I'd have made time because his just attitude is infectious, right? And that's kind of a thing, you know. You could level up. You can do all the shit. But if you are a fucking sour motherfucker, you all, oh, woe is me, being all sad and shit like a fucking hoe. Nobody wants to be around you. Like, even if you're good at what you do, or if you're an asshole, nobody's going to like you. It's going to be difficult for you to actually make friends with people who have attributes that you wouldn't mind assimilating. So improve your attitude. And it's really just about, you know, positivity and being positive and optimistic. Positivity and optimism, right? Because that's like a gift. So you might have nothing to offer but that. You know, you need to have that. Because if you don't have that, right, even if you're really good at your shit, if you're all negative, nobody's going to want to be around you. It's going to be difficult for you to network and make friends with the people who can impact your life in a positive way. And I ran out of rooms on my triangle. But I would also say that you really need to curate your environment, right? So the people who you're around, even the bitches you fuck, I'm sorry, the hoes you have sex with, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, the women you have sex with, or the guys you have sex with. Yeah, it's not the 90s. Love whoever you want, right? Your sex partners. You got to cultivate your environment, right? Because everybody knows you become like the people you're around, but it seems like a lot of guys don't take that into account when it comes into the women they date. And I fell victim to this in the past. You know, I'm out here balling, shot calling, making a bunch of money, in great shape. Life is fucking perfect. And I was dating this chick long time ago. I mean, so long ago, right? And she had like mental problems. She wasn't like what's the word? I think the medical term was fucking crazy. Like, she was fucking crazy. And she used to panic all the time and just be kind of negative, dumb, stupid. She wasn't dumb. She was just, I don't know. She had a bad attitude. One day, it hurts me to admit this, right? But one day I had like a fucking panic attack. This was like a long time ago. I remember I was like, well, I was like, what the fuck is happening? I'm the man. I'm panicking. I was like, oh, it's this bitch. All right. There's something about it. You know, like if you're around people, I mean, we already showed you studies that you become like the people you're around, whether you're, you know, involuntarily. So for whatever reason, some of that fucking panicky energy infiltrated my soul. And that's how it manifested itself. And I took note of that. I knew about this research, so I immediately dumped that hoe. You know what I'm saying? And my life was a lot better as a result. Like as soon as I got rid of that bitch, my life just improved dramatically. It was like the clouds parted. Right? So you got to really be careful about that. So if you got a girlfriend who's all negative all the time, or fucking stressing you out, being fucking retarded, you got to get rid of that hoe, right? Because emotions are contagious, and she probably, it stands to reason she got some fucking bullshit going on in her life. And I just gave you fucking pages and pages of research showing that other people's life has an impact on yours, both positive and negative. So you really got to keep that in mind with the motherfuckers you choose to date. And this is where me and the red pill guys, we don't necessarily see eye to eye on this. They always say, oh man, guys don't care how much money a woman makes. Guys don't care about girls' education. Guys don't care about anything. No, you need to care. Not necessarily like you're looking for a fucking billionaire, right? But you don't want no do nothing bitch, because do nothing bitch has got do nothing bitch problems that are going to infiltrate your life. You get what I'm saying? If she's got a bunch of fucking bullshit going on in her life, if her life is in shambles, when you attach yourself to her, those problems are going to manifest in your life as well, right? In some capacity. Right. So when they say, oh, we don't care if a guy we don't care if a girl has money or anything, I get that, because once I got a girl's number who was doing the fries at McDonald's, you know what I'm saying, as a millionaire. But that's before I knew what the fuck I'm telling y'all now, right? This shit will fuck with you. You want to make sure you get somebody who got like a good head on her shoulders, some shit going on, not because you want her money, but because you want her to be fucking sane. Right? You want her life to have some stability, because if you start fucking with somebody with all that chaos going in her life, that's going to infiltrate your life. So it was important when I picked my girlfriend. My girlfriend had like a job. She was a teacher, so she was smart. She was good with children, and all that shit was like stuff that I thought, okay, this is a person who I can cohabitate with. You know what I'm saying? Who won't fuck my whole shit up with her bullshit. It stands to reason you guys need to think that too. You need to figure that out too. But most important thing is make sure you're not the person fucking up the lives of your friends. And I got a video all about how you can actually control your emotions so your negativities is not fucking up your friends' shit. All right, go check that video out now.